Still here with the Maryland Heatwave, the Wave Boys. Now we got
Coach Rowe.
Coach Rowe. All right, Coach Rowe, what positions you coach?
I'm the D coordinator, coach all around. So help with the DBs, linebackers, for the most part.
Okay. So what's your goal for this season with your defense? What you want to see out of them?
But I think just continue on what we've been doing the last couple of years. Just continue to build, be dominant. Just get a bunch of shutouts, but most importantly is, get the win. Help our team by creating turnovers, getting the offensive ball, scoring when we can, but just being dominant, imposing our will on other teams.
All right. Well, Coach Marco just said this y'all rival right here, y'all in-state rival. So what you want to see out that defense today?
I expect this the best game of the season so far. This is our first game of the season, but I want this to be our best game of the season. So each week, every time we step out there, we should be putting our best foot forward. So they're the top rank. This is the same thing we heard last year, that they was the guys, even though we won the championship. So it's the same thing this year. People count us out, so I expect us to live up to it. Our kids have been in this situation before.
All right. So what motivates you to coach them? Like I just said to the other coach, 11U is different than, say, coaching a high school team where, high school is 14 to 18. You got younger teenagers growing into young men. So you know how to kind of deal with them. Certain times you can look at them as little brothers, or you can look at them as a son that you about to release into the real world. These younger kids now that, their mind is on one thing, football, but they still hyperactive kids. How you deal with that and keep motivated to deal with that?
Man, just keeping it real. I got a son on the team.
Okay.
But all these kids are going into middle school, so this is the most important time in kids' lives. This is the time that you kind of lose kids when they become middle schoolers. They could get influenced by, the way of the world and all that. So it's important for myself and other men to be really, that father figure to these kids. Not only teaching them football, but life skills. To get them better. Help them become better men.
Okay. All right. Since you're speaking of that middle school, they at that age where they start getting influenced. Sometimes you might have that one kid that you like, dang, he got all the talent in the world. But you might see whether it's family or whether it's just friends or the neighborhood or wherever they're from or they live at, and they getting influenced by other stuff. How do you still try to keep them on course with playing? Like I said, it's 11-year-olds.
I think it's just constantly, being an influence, constantly talking to them, just constantly, being a presence. We get them 10 hours, damn near 10 hours a week, 10, 12 hours a week. So just being constant in their life, speaking the positive things, just seeing how they are, checking in on them, and just building those bonds and relationships with them.
Okay. How long you been coaching?
At the youth level, probably 5 years, but then I coached high school too at the Mathis, so off and on for a while. So I've been coaching for a minute.
So what you like better, high school or this?
This has taught me to grow. Like in high school, you get to, like you said earlier, you get to talk to them and kind of have those real conversations because they're going off, they're going to be adults at this age. It's been a learning process for me, but I like it both. You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm around the game of football, football at the end of the day is a simple game. It's a game at the end of the day.
Right, it's a game. So, I already asked you what your goals for this season and this year. What's your goals with each individual kid as far as you, because you're the defensive unit?
So just for them to have the best year that they can, be the best, whether it's getting 5 interceptions or it might be for a kid getting 5 tackles on the season. Whatever skill level they at, maxing it out and getting the best out of it. So at the end of the day, when they leave us, they're able to choose what high schools they want. Like schools are able to say, that kid's been coached up and he can help my program right away.
Gotcha. Well, all right, Coach, it's been nice talking with you, man. Good luck out there, man.